Oh, hello, Mo. Hello, Mubs. How you doing today? Not really my intro, but wanted to use that just for this intro. I'm going to be reading A Meat I Will Never Forget. Well, anyways, let's get this started. By Megan Killer Forever. I was sitting in my room reading Creepypastas online. I love the Creepypasta stories, including Jeff, Steady, Jihi, Tabi, and more. I was always bad at acting good, hitting my neighbors, and hoped Smiley Dog would finish them off. I was always sending a picture of him to them at night, but to my disappointment, they called my parents the very next day. My parents didn't care though, thank goodness for that. And my older brother just ignored me. Wait. That my older brother just ignored me like most brothers do their younger sisters. They didn't care what I did. My father was a writer, and what. Ugh. My father was a writer, and my mom was an artist. My brother was already making plans to go to college. One night, I decided to go out into the woods to see if I could find Slenderman. I know, try this right. Well, that was me, always trying to prove that they were real. Now, time again, I tried to see if Ben was real, but when I played Morris's mask, nothing ever appeared to me. So I figured all the creepypastas were fake. I still like to find out for myself, though. As I went through the door, I called my parents and told them I would be gone for a while. I heard my dad typing away on his typewriter, and my mom getting extra paint for the storage closet. Okay, be back before breakfast. Okay, Mom. I rolled my eyes. Okay, Mom. Since my mom is an artist, she always had extra paint lying around, and I grabbed some glow-in-the-dark paint. Before I left and went outside, I gathered some rocks from the garden and a flashlight from the shed. I felt someone was watching me, so I shone the sho- shone the flashlight in the darkest parts of the shed. Just to be sure, I grabbed the glow in the dark paint and started painting the rocks with it. When I was sure they dry, I gathered them in a bag and set off for the woods. As I made it into the woods, I started setting the glow in dark rocks. I continued exploring until I found a large flat rock that I made into a resting place. I was getting tired. I guess there's no harm resting for a few minutes. As I started to doze off, a rustling noise woke me up. I darted straight up and looked at my watch. Oh no, I was planning on being home an hour ago. I lost track of the time. The rustling continued. I started back on the path of rocks. I started to grow fearfully as the rustling noise got louder and closer. As I always keep a pocket knife with me at all times, I pulled it out and turned around, ready to comfort whoever it was. But then when I turned around, I found myself none other than Slenderman himself. As I started, I found there was a someone behind him. No, two people. A man in a white hoodie and a man in a black hoodie, wearing a blue mask, and I had come to face with Slendy, Jeff, and Eyeless Jack. I was so shocked that I lost for words. Finally, a while, Jeff spoke. As you probably already know, my name is Jeff. Jeff the Killer. I nodded, still not able to say anything. There's Thunderman and Eyeless Jack. I finally worked up nervous to speak. What, what brings you to me? This time, Alice Jack speaks. Well, we've been watching you for a while now. Why me? Slendy here thinks you'd be a good proxy. Me, on the other hand, thinks you good kinda weak. Jeff thinks the same thing. Why would you want me? I never killed anyone. Jeff spoke up. Well, I guess there's going to change tonight. Jeff smiled wider than usual. As I stood there, dumbfounded, Jeff started to lead me in a direction I seriously not going to take, not gonna make my, not, not gonna to make me kill my family, are you? Jeff started laughing. You've read all our stories, haven't you? Well, most of our parents are either killed by us or something else. In order to become one of us, you have to kill them out of the way. You have to get them out of the way. And if I refuse, well, now that you've seen us, probably going to kill you if you refuse. I'll do it. What about my brother? We kill him too, of course. No witnesses. I dread every step on the way back to my house, and I enter my house silently, as to not alert them. I make my way up to the kitchen and grab a steak knife. My parents are usually in the sitting room. I crept into my study, hiding the knife behind my back. Hey, sweetie, back already? Oh, no. I gathered, stepping closer, grabbing the knife hard behind my back. Yep, I'm back. Finally, when I was close enough, I lunged the knife ready to stab everything. They twitched for a moment, but they were still. I was wide open, gasping for breath. When I finished, I heard clapping behind me. Jeff was there. Well, very well done. Slendy didn't even have to get in your mind like he did to Toby. That actually felt good. What about my brother? I took care of him. I haven't killed them the whole day, and I was itching to kill someone. I just watched my parents' lifeless bodies for a while. Slender, before Slenderman came to get me, since he didn't have a face, he didn't talk much. He begged for me to follow. I followed him outside where Jeff and Alice Jack were waiting. Well, kid, welcome to the family. Holy shit. Well, that's it for part one. A meet that I'll never forget. Part two. Oh boy. After I killed my family, Sandy teleported to us what looked like an old run-down mansion. I started in disbelief. At the beautiful mansion, I I thought the mansion was just a legend. Just started speaking. Nope, it's real, kid. They led me into the mansion where the other pastas were waiting. They looked at me and I started to get nervous with all the attention on me. A boy I knew to be Ben started asking questions. Who was that? Why have you brought a human here? Does she like games? Alex Jack interrupted his questions. There is a new addition to the family. If you have any questions about her, ask herself. Ask her yourself. They started crowding around me with questions. Thanks a lot, EJ. I'm not the type of person who loves crowds. Sit down and raise your hand if you have a question. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. They all sat back down and raised their hands. Hesitantly, Ben, do you Ben? Do you like games? I love games, Ben. How do you know my name? I forgot to tell them that I read all the stories and seen the pictures of them online. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I've read all your stories. They were very surprised. Sally spoke up. All of them? I thought she was cute. It was hard to imagine an 8-year-old as a killer. Yes, Sally, even yours. I smiled at her. She smiled back at me. Yes, offender man. Offender man smirked and pulled out a rose. Would you like? Would you like a rose? He intended to put out to me. Nope. But why? Because I like. Because I like. Just said. Because I just said. I read all your stories. I know what happens when you give a rose to someone. And the Fenderman. Fenderman frowned and mumbled under his breath. The others laughed. Okay, who's next? Oh, me. Jeff practically yelled. I laughed at his presence. Yes, Jeff. Do you like knives? And what's your opinion on killing? If I had to choose a weapon, I would definitely choose a knife. My second choice would be a pistol. As for killing, I don't really mind if it's special. I deserve it. Woody seemed to be softly my second opinion would be a pistol. LJ. LJ laughed and stood up. Do you like candy? I have known that was coming. Yes, LJ, I love candy. Would I take some candy? No thanks. You polite pass. LJ looked kind of hurt when I declined. He tried to hide it with a smile. I felt bad for declining, but I still fully trust them yet. I wanted to get to know them first before I accepted anything from them. I must have zoned out because of Jeff was raising a hand from face to get my attention. Hello? Anyone there? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I spaced out. EJ decided that was enough questions. Alright, I think that's enough questions for today. I was getting very tired. I yawned loudly and rubbed my eyes. Everyone turned to look at me. Everyone was wondering where I would sleep. Sally spoke up with excitement in her voice. She can sleep in my room. I have an extra bed in there. All the others agreed. Maskley spoke up. Yeah, just until we get a room fixed up for her. Thank you, Sally. I'm very grateful. I was relieved that somewhat because I didn't want to be rude, I still didn't trust them. Yet. I followed Sally up to her room, but her door was decorated bloody pink. Flowers were got inside the room. I saw her walls pale pink with bloody splatters. Bloody splatters. Where'd he go? Helping with hanging on her walls. Many, many drawings, pictures of the Creepypasta family. She was a very good artist for an 8-year-old. You're a very good artist. Those pictures are amazing. Sally smiled at my words. Thank you. I'm not as good as Bloody Painter, though. He was the best artist here. Here's the bed you will be sleeping on. I'm so happy that someone's sleeping in my room with me. The one who comes over sometimes is Larcy. I feel bad for herself. After my room is finished, I could sleep over sometimes. Sally smiled and looked at me with hope in her eyes. Really? Really? And will you play with me? I smiled warmly at her. Absolutely. She jumped up and down with excitement. Yay! I can't wait. Would you like to be the truck you and read? Ugh. You read a story for Sally? Yes. Please. Yes, please. I would like to listen to a story about your family, if you don't mind. It's fine. I'll tell you about the time we got a puppy. Shirley urged got into her bed. I love puppies. They're so cute. One day I was sitting in my room playing with my dolls. My parents were excited about something. I walked out to my room and my parents room to see what they were talking about. When I asked, they both yeah, they both shouted, "We were getting a puppy." I was so happy. I ran around the house squealing with excitement. My parents decided to let me pick the dog. I ran to the dogs. I set my sights on the cutest chocolate brown puppy with short, floppy ears. He had the most beautiful brown eyes, and he was as sweet as could be. We decided from that day to call him Brownie. When I finished my story, I looked up to find Sally fast asleep. I chuckled and got into my own bed. I had one last thought as I fell asleep. I wonder what tomorrow will bring. Oh boy. No, that was different. Please like and subscribe, and well, I'm probably gonna be doing this again. This was a lot more fun than I thought. Please tell me in the comments if you liked it or liked the show. Anyways, mobs, bye.